Alright, people, it is time for some more connections. And as you can see, I've kept my streak alive. So we still have hope of one day hitting that 100-day streak that I so dearly want to achieve. But before we jump into today's puzzle, I just want to take a look at the puzzle for yesterday because that one nearly ended the streak. This is the puzzle for January the 17th of 2026. As you can see, solved with 3 mistakes. So this was the puzzle that nearly killed me. If we look at what the puzzle was, we can see that it isn't necessarily that difficult. I think the main issue was that I didn't really uh, catch onto the kids game thing. Um, because I think mainly I had no idea what red is supposed to be. I guess maybe captures, like capture the flag or something. Hide and seek, and Simon says, I got that. But I didn't know what else would go in there, and because I was so unsure, it was making me unsure about the other categories. Like, are they even what they seem to be? But, in the nick of time, with one guess remaining, I got that. So, there's that done, and then all that's left is to do today's puzzle. So without further ado, let's jump into the connections for Sunday, January the 18th, 2026, and see what we can do about it. All right, let's take about this. Let's take about this. So the damage, the price, the bill, and the total are all synonyms for how much you're gonna pay. That's something I immediately see. Of course, there's damage, wreck, break, and total, which are all words for, um, you know, I was gonna say damage, but like damage is itself one of the words for inflicting some sort of injury on some object, right? So there's that. So synopsis is like a summary, a quote, uh, the author's name, and the title are things that go into uh like the abstract of a paper. Let's go with that for now. Quote, title, author, synopsis. Let's think about that. So bill, wings, webbing, feathers. So maybe this is incorrect. Maybe this is incorrect because these are parts of a bird. So let's leave damage as, well, let's leave that as what I put, it, as my first guess. But I think probably this is the red herring, and damage, total, wreck, and what was the other one? It was break. Well, total, wreck, and break are all terms for causing severe damage, and damage is kind of standing on its own. But let's see if we look at the remaining puzzles, sorry, the remaining clues. It's Peck, Bill, Cooper, and Price. Oh, wait, no, Grant, Cooper, and Price. Which are people names. Okay, so now, what do we think is gonna be what? What do we think is gonna be what? Probably this might be purple, actually, or this might be purple. I don't think either of these two are gonna be purple. Actually, with this, there's a small chance might be purple or blue, but I think let's go with this. Okay, classic Hollywood actors. I guess I recognize some of those names. I was like, okay, these are people names. and that was my leaning. And then I think I'm gonna go Bill Wings Webbing Feathers as my guess for blue. Man, what is this? Is this blue? It's, man, these are equally, they're the same kind of thing. These are parts of a duck. This is parts of a, publication. How are you gonna say that this is hard? Man, come on, dude. Man, come on. Whatever. Whatever. I guess we'll take a look at connections bot. It's gonna be like a very high solve rate, 80 plus. Yeah, yeah. Not a difficult puzzle. The only difficulty was sussing out the colors, which we admittedly did a bad job of today. But you know what? Let's just take a look at how many people fell for the red herring. Whatever, man. Yeah, I guess this was the hardest, It was the one that we found last. And then I guess lots of people got a bunch of duck experts, some duckologists out there, because people got this really quickly. But this was found more often than this blue than, you know what, maybe I'm just nitpicking. Let's take a look at how many people fell for this. Yeah. Wait. This was the red herring that I initially didn't almost like. It's not like I almost fell for it, but it was the thing that came to mind more quickly. Excuse me, that came to mind more quickly. And then, oh, I guess there's another one that this is even more for red herring. Invoice figures. Yeah, you know what? You know what? It's another puzzle. It's another W. Another W. It's a win. It goes in the stats as one that we successfully solved, and we're gonna be thankful that that's how it ended, right? That's gonna be all for this one. Hope your own solving is going swimmingly, and until the next Sunday, take care.